10 days, people. I go on holiday for 10 days and the whole flipping world of VR explodes with new headsets and game release dates. I just wanted 10 days off. Who am I kidding? This explosion of news is what makes having a channel dedicated to VR so exciting, and the summer has been very long with nothing much happening. I've got some massive news about Valve's new standalone headset, which I want to share with you, so stay tuned to find out what Deckard is and why it changes VR forever. Games first though, and I suppose the biggest surprise is that 2020's risible Medal of Honor Above and Beyond is getting an exclusive Quest 2 port. The Quest 2 port is going to be the full experience. The single player game is coming across intact along with all the multiplayer content and all the veteran stories videos, plus it's cross-buy. So if you own the Oculus PC original, not the Steam version, it will be free. The game will come in at a whopping 45 gigabytes. Just to put that into perspective, a 64 gig Oculus Quest has approximately 50 gig of usable storage. So you'll basically have Medal of Honor and nothing else. There is another problem as well. In my PC VR review of the game, I said the following. There are far too many turgid missions, annoying cutscenes with turgid dialogue, and the character models are just turgid. I really didn't like the game. It did have a few moments of clarity, but that only highlighted the many problems this game was released with, plus the multiplayer was stillborn, as even on release day you couldn't find a full server of people to play with. Just a bloody mess. So I hope that this isn't just a straight port of the PC game. I hope they have fixed the many and varied problems that the game had. They need to prune all the crap missions or restructure them, pare down the single player game and make it fun, or this is going to be more of the same. Ironically, the stillborn multiplayer mode from PC might actually save this game, as the Quest 2 now has a massive installed user base of nearly 10 million headsets, which should lead to healthy servers full of players. No release date yet, but I would expect to find out at Facebook Connect 8 in October. As you can probably tell, I'm braced for disappointment here, but want so bad to be proven wrong. What do you think? Did you play the original on PC VR? What did you think of the game? Now we have an avalanche of release dates for games that I am very excited about. Firstly, we have Song in the Smoke from developer 17-Bit. The beautiful looking survival adventure game releases on the 7th of October for Quest, Rift and PSVR. Lone Echo 2 is finally releasing on Oculus Rift and Rift S or Quest 2 via link cable or Airlink. This highly anticipated follow-up to the highly rated 2017 sci-fi adventure is releasing on the 12th of October, and I can't wait to get back to see how Jack and Commander Rose are getting on. Eye of the Temple releases on the 13th of October, and this looks very intriguing. It's a room-scale puzzler where you actually move about your play space while acting out your Indiana Jones fantasies. The demo is available on Steam VR right now, and I did a video on it here. Next we have Unplugged, the VR air guitar simulator from Vertigo Games. This game is very reminiscent of my favourite rhythm action game Rock Band, but you don't need a plastic guitar, this time as the game uses full finger tracking. It also has a very interesting setlist with big songs from Offspring, Weezer, Clash, Jet and Ozzy Osbourne amongst others, so flex your fingers and get ready to rock on the 21st of October. And October now gets even more expensive as the juggernaut that is Resident Evil 4 plows onto your Quest 2 headset on the 21st of October as well. This is the big one though. This is the full VR from the ground up port of one of the best games ever made, and I'm so hyped for this. If Capcom and Oculus can get this VR port right, then this will become Quest 2's killer app. Enough about games. There have been many leaks and speculations about a raft of new standalone headsets heading our way. First up is the Arpara 5K VR, which comes in two flavours, the full PC VR model and the XR2 powered standalone version. So what makes these headsets so interesting? Well, they use micro OLED displays with an insane resolution of 5120 by 2560, 95-degree field of view and 90 Hz refresh rate. But do you know what really stood out in my opinion? Valve Index weighs 809 grams. The Arpara 5K VR weighs less than half of that at 380 grams, and it's teeny tiny, look at it! Arpara have reached out to me and I have requested to review the standalone Arpara 5K VR so that I can compare it to my Quest 2, so fingers crossed that will happen soon. We are getting more solid leaks and info on what Oculus could be announcing at Facebook Connect 8, remembering that the full Quest 2 specs actually leaked before Connect 7 went live, and it looks like this. The Quest 2 Plus, codenamed Seacliff, will possibly have an improved dual-cell backlit LCD panel allowing OLED-like blacks, eye tracking, face tracking, new controllers, codenamed Starlet, that will shun the familiar tracking rings but allow for better tracking at the same time. Finally, it may contain a better cooling solution, as currently the XR2 chip in the Quest 2 is actually underclocked due to cooling restrictions. Moving away from Oculus, and I'd like to say I take no credit for this next story. Fellow YouTube content creator Sadly It's Bradley, in conjunction with others, has dug out a huge amount of info on the upcoming Valve standalone headset codenamed Deckard, which I hope is a reference to the main protagonist of the highly acclaimed Blade Runner films. He then splurged it all out in an hour-long live stream, which if you are a VR nerd, like me, you have to watch. I've linked it in the description below, so once you're done watching this, go watch Brad's video and subscribe to his channel. Are you ready? Because this is insane. Deckard contains a Qualcomm XR chip for standalone VR, but it's not the XR2 that's inside the Oculus Quest. It's a proprietary chip specific to Valve. Why? Split rendering. Why is split rendering so important? Well, Valve don't think like other companies, and they have patented this split rendering technique for this reason. Their next VR headset will be future-proof and upgradable. Think about that for a minute. Buy a base Valve Deckard, or whatever it's going to be called, for standalone VR. It'll have a Qualcomm XR chip in it, similar to the Quest 2. All fairly normal, but if you want better graphics and performance, you can upgrade to the next tier, which will contain what Sadly It's Bradley referred to as an x86-based computing unit built into the strap that can split rendering between the XR chip and the x86 unit. What is an x86 computing unit? Well, the new Steam Deck is an x86-based computing unit, so the strap upgrade may contain a stripped-down Steam Deck to split rendering between itself and the Qualcomm XR chip. Or you can split rendering between your PC and Deckard, or just run your VR with your PC, or stream wirelessly using the latest 60 GHz WiGig2 protocol, or even over Wi-Fi 6 and virtual desktop. It's all upgradable, just like your PC. Do you see why this is so important? It's Valve saying, here is your VR, go have fun your way, which is completely different to Facebook's yearly incremental update strategy. Incredibly exciting, and all from that one simple term, split rendering. But how do you future-proof a VR headset? I mean, by its very nature, VR is an emerging technology that is growing rapidly. Okay, well, this is a list of what you can expect in your base standalone Valve Deckard, and I need a deep breath here. 4K by 4K per eye micro OLED displays. Wait, what? How can an XR chip run at such insane resolutions? Well, it doesn't have to. The headset is future-proof so that the next XR chip can, or maybe the next XR chip can, use that resolution. Do you see? It's genius. Combine that with varifocal lenses for real depth perception, combined with eye tracking and foveated rendering. There is just so much information that Brad put out in that live stream, it's actually made my head spin round. So a quick recap before we sign off. The Valve Deckard contains a Qualcomm XR chip, but not the XR2 that is in the Quest 2. It's upgradable and can be used standalone, or with a compute unit like a Steam Deck, or with your PC, or any combination of the three. It has an insane future-proof display with cutting-edge varifocal lenses. It will have eye tracking and foveated rendering. It has inside-out tracking using simultaneous localization and mapping, or SLAM. The controllers have been improved and upgraded to work with SLAM. I need a sit down. I just hope that Brad has got all his predictions correct, because if he has, then Valve just changed VR forever, and I am so excited. Obviously, there is no release date or price information yet, but this headset does exist because in his video, Brad mentions that the Deckard is currently in its third iteration of proof of concept. Someone at Valve is using this headset right now, and I want it to be me, but I don't work for Valve. Sad face. What do you think? Do you think Sadly It's Bradley has hit the mark, or is this all just speculation? I'm pretty convinced, so get involved and comment down below. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the other side.